Poul's Kitchen. This is Chef Paul. With me is Chef Amy.
Hi.
And with me is Chef Alex, who decided to get out of bed and decided not to work today.
Hi.
I'm joking.
I'm so sick.
But, alright, so we're going to make some homemade cheese. So before we begin, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. So this is actually, believe it or not, a really easy process. We're going to get 2% whole milk. They say that it's better off with unpasteurized and all this other shit. Unless you live on a farm or know a farmer, you ain't going to get too much.
No.
And it's a little unrealistic, so we're not going to do that. And you're not going to. First off, just get a little bit of a bottle, or pardon me, a glass, put a little bit of milk in there. And I took our biggest pot we have, and I'm going to start pouring some milk. Making cheese is really not that big of a deal. It's not that hard either. It's just basic chemistry, really. Are we going to do this all the time?
No.
We're not. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put this on 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to constantly just keep stirring it. This helps so that it doesn't start sticking and getting all going to the bottom of the pan and burning. So we got to be careful of that. It's a really important thing. And this is like super easy. It really is. It's not hard. It's a little time consuming, yes, but not that hard. As we're waiting for this to go here, we're going to get 2 cups of yogurt out. Now this should be plain. I would not have preferred lactose free for this, but unfortunately I'm not the one who bought it, so I don't have much to say.
Oops.
Making cheese, you don't want the lactose free stuff. You don't want the fat free stuff. You're making cheese. You're gonna have to break down and pay the money for it.
It was the first one I saw. That's why I got it.
It's got to have some amount of fat.
It needs the fat, like it really does. Now, people are asking why yogurt. Well, basically yogurt because of
That will thicken up the milk, right?
a little bit, but it's more the culture
Okay.
that we're looking for. You need a little bit of culture to help. And we're going to use a lemon. My lemon helps break the whey from the curds. Curds and whey. Just going to put the milk in here. And Amy, stir that for me, please.
Yeah, that was the first Greek yogurt I saw. That was plain. I didn't really see anything else, so.
Now, we're not going to let that boil quite yet if we can help it. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, before it starts melting, I'm going to cut to 1 lemon. I'm going to cut the lemon in half. And we're going to use a squeezer to get this in here.
Is that good?
Yep. Now this is going to be the first time that Amy with a straight face can sit and say to the world, to the internet, that Amy cut the cheese. This is going to curd up and someone's going to have to take a knife and cut the cheese. That's going to be Amy. We all know that's her favorite thing to do. She's Dutch and this is kind of her thing. Now, while we're waiting for this to start to get ready to boil, we want to start doing things just before it starts. So, pay attention. Don't put this up to max just to get it to boil. It's going to go too quick. You're going to have no control of what you're doing, and that's not really good.
And it'll boil over.
Yeah, and you don't need it to boil over. We don't want it to boil over, and we don't want it to burn. That's very important. So we're just going to continuously stir this. And you're going to be surprised here. It doesn't really have a whole lot of ingredients. We are going to put a little salt in now. Just a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. I'm not one of these chefs who have to think that if you don't have salt on it, it's not going to taste good. That's a bunch of baloney. It's really not true. This is the first cheese I've ever made. I'm hoping it works. I really am. Once it starts heating up, I'm going to put our culture in, which is our little bit of milk and a little bit of yogurt. Now, another thing that you need to note too is when we get this is not going to be 100% cheese. It's going to curd and then there's going to be whey underneath. So I've got some cheesecloth ready. So what we're going to do here is when everything's all ready, we're going to, this kind of hard to separate. We're going to take the cheese curds, or the curds, and we're going to put them through the cheesecloth. And that process is going to be fun too.
It takes a few hours.
It's actually going to take a few weeks.
Oh.
So we're not going to be able to eat this today.
No way.
No. Technically it can. But if you're patient, it's going to be worth it. Because honestly, the more patient you get, you're with it, the better it's going to be. It's going to taste better. It's like marinating your favorite piece of meat.
Yeah.
If you marinate it for 15 minutes, yeah, it counts.
But it's not going to be as good as if you marinate it for a night.
Yeah, you have to be patient. So when you're planning on marinating something, plan to take your time and plan for it to be marinating long before you need it. Like 24 hours. Like if you can do that, 24 hours. Because a lot of times that marinade will go in, breathe into your meat, and by the time they cook it, it's going to be so much better. Like, just be patient. Now I wish this whole thing of milk would turn into cheese. It's not going to. Now this is a pretty big pot here, so I'm just going to put the thing on here and we're going to put the lid on the pot here and let it come up to temperature a little bit. Just, you really want to be paying attention. Thankfully our lid has a see-through, so you can look through this and you can see exactly what's going on. So next step is culture, then lemon. And then you're going to start seeing some really weird things happening. It's going to start curdling, and that's what we're looking for. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
How long does that have to boil for?
However long it takes. Every stove is different. I can't tell you it's going to take you 10 minutes. It's going to take you 20 minutes. It's going to take you 5. If you have gas, it might take you 5. If you don't, it might take you 10. It might not take that long. It may take longer. Every stove's different. Every stove is not created the same. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm not sure how long this is going to take. So when this starts coming up, getting hotter so that we can start putting our culture and lemon in and we're ready for the next steps, we'll come back. I don't really want you to have to sit and listen to us go on about nothing for the next 10 minutes. You have better things to do and I don't want to waste your time. But just be patient. You know, keep an eye on the temperature. When it starts getting hot but not boiling, we're going to get ready for this. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button, and we're going to be back. Alright, so we're back here, it's getting hot, and again, I really want to stress the importance of not letting this spoil. You cannot let this spoil. If you let this spoil, it's going to start burning before you get what you actually need in there. So it is very, very important. By the way, a milk and yogurt mix doesn't taste good, so don't lick the spoon. If anybody thinks it's going to, it would be Amy.
No.
And that's only because Amy really likes her yogurt.
We'll save the spoon for you, Amy.
No.
She might like it. She'd be about the only one of us that does, and it's not because there's anything wrong with Amy. Amy is a big fan of yogurt. That's just an Amy thing. She likes her yogurt. If you can get a nice little snack with yogurt and some berries and stuff in there, she'd probably eat that all day long if she could. It's her thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, somebody's here.
So we're just going to mix this in here. We need to make sure everything's all continuously mixed. Alright, so it's getting really hot here. It's not exactly boiling yet. So what we're going to do, if you don't have one of these, get something you can juice a lemon with. That's really important. You want something like this so that the seeds aren't going all over the place. But I believe the official term is coagulation or something like that, Amy.
Yeah.
Help me out a little.
Coagulation.
Is that it, Amy?
Yeah, I think.
It's a complex word. I don't like complex words. That's Amy's thing. But you want something like this because it's not going to let the seeds go in, because when you get your cheese, you don't want
it to like all.
You don't want to have lemon seeds in your cheese.
No.
This was not a great lemon, but I think we got enough, so I'm happy. Oh, look at this, Alex. Amy, get in here, quick. Look at this.
It's starting to curdle up.
It's starting to curdle.
Yes, it is. So at this point, I'm going to take this out here. And we're just going to take our time here, and we're going to stop for now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, hit the like, share, subscribe button, and when this starts curdling a lot more, we're going to be right back. Welcome back. So, Alex, please get in here. Alright, so we see how it's starting to curl up here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to
Put it on the cheesecloth.
I'm going to put this right in the cheesecloth here.
And that kind of filters it.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to get the whey or the liquid garbage that we don't want, don't need,
out of the cheese.
Yeah, so
that's basically what the cheesecloth does, right?
yeah, it's basically just, we don't want this liquid. We just want the curds. Now we're going to make poutine. This would be an excellent way to do this. So to anybody at home that wants to make poutine, and they're insistent on making everything fresh and homemade, and they want full control over everything they're doing, then this is what you want to do. This will 100% allow you to...
So is that how they make cheese curds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they make it.
This is how you make cheese. Now, if you're making things like cheddar or Gouda, they're going to be using things a little bit differently than what we're going to. They're going to actually use a different type of culture, like a specific type of cheese culture, and a lot of that's prepared 24 hours in advance.
Oh, wow.
It's not something that's done like right this second. It's done 24 hours in advance. It goes in, and so it takes time. Now, sometimes you can add dill. if you're one of my Indian subscribers, you can add some of your Indian spice to this, and you can make it as hot as you want.
You can do whatever you want.
You can, well, no, don't be saying that. That's not true.
No, for Indian spice or whatever. That's what I
No,
meant.
you still can't. There's definitely going to be limitations here. There's definitely going to be limitations. So, no, you definitely cannot do whatever you want on this. Please don't walk with that attitude, because some things will hurt the cheese.
Now, what would you do if you want to make like a colored kind of cheese like cheddar?
Now, when you're making cheddar, and again, it goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago, cheddar uses a aged culture.
Okay.
And that aged culture helps set
the color
to it.
And that gives it its orange color.
Yes.
Okay.
So the longer a culture sits, the darker it is, maybe?
I really don't know how to explain that. I'm not a cheese expert. This is, at Poul's Kitchen, our first time making cheese. And I think we're pretty much done. Now, on the negative side, and really it depends on, really greatly depends on, where you are and what you're going to get your price of milk for.
Yeah. Milk can be very expensive these days.
Milk can be very, very expensive.
Just like everything.
So sometimes it's going to be cheaper to. Sometimes milk is going to be cheaper to. It's going to be cheaper just not to do it and buy your cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to be like me and you kind of want. Now I need to dump this, and we have a turkey in the.
I can move the turkey.
So what we're going to do here is, when Amy's done that, she's going to empty this, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to squeeze this as much as I can out of here.
Whatever you do, though, don't dump this down the toilet.
No, you can dump it down the sink, though.
Yeah.
But, so what we're going to do there is we're going to dump this, we're going to squeeze this, and we're going to let this sit in a nice warm area for at least 24 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll continue with what we're doing then. So, I'm going to leave that there for now. Amy's going to figure out what to do with that. And we'll be back at probably some point tomorrow. And we'll see where we're at that point. So please hit that like, share, subscribe button. We'll talk to you later. Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. This is Chef Poul.
Chef Amy.
And we got Chef Alex with us. Today, Amy's going to cut the cheese.
Yeah.
She's good at this, by the way. So, our cheese has been in there. It's been there for 24 hours. I decided, you know what? We could let this go longer if we really wanted to, but I really don't. So, Amy, take a bite of that.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
How's it taste?
Really good.
So, we see in here, there's our dough ball. It's kind of homemade feta with a little bit of a different culture, Alex.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, so after 24 hours that's sitting in there, we're going to cover that. We're going to put this in the fridge, and we can put this on salads. We're doing our Christmas dinner tonight because this is the first time Amy's had time off since Christmas, so yeah, it's late, but what are you going to do?
Can't do anything.
So, I mean, that can go on salad. That can do a lot of things. So, that's like really super easy.
Yeah.
You want to make your own cheese? There you go. You're in control of it. That's going to be much better. So, I hope you guys like it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So, let me know what you think in the comments. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. We always appreciate your feedback. And you guys have a great day.